NBC Wednesday Mystery Movie will not be seen tonight, but will return in 2 weeks at its regular time.
Previously on Hollywood 90.
You taught me some very important lessons, you know?
Anyways, we're going off about Jumanji and working in animation. We have a billion stories. Maybe we'll, if you like this, like and subscribe. Yeah. Tell you a lot more of the dirty secrets of animation.
The dirty secrets.
Logged in is you right now.
Okay.
All right, in 5, 4, 3.
All right. Were you on any of my, like, did you board for me or you? No, you were a cleanup guy. That's what
I was cleanup / revisionist, and on the second season.
Oh, second season.
Yeah. So
okay.
when I came in, me and Mike Brokowski, my good buddy, our good buddy, we both came in pretty much the same time. And I went over to the Inns building, that beautiful building with the, like, it had a bridge over the kitchen area, right? Yeah. I had only been there a couple of times because they always had like free lunch on Fridays over there, right? They'd have like the
we had an omelet guy come on for like a brunch thing.
These were the good old days. So I didn't know how much money they were wasting on these lowly artists.
Yeah.
They're treating them like great people, yeah.
That's an actual who's the guy? Not Chris Miller, and I don't know, but they're actually in the Inns building now. But anyways, yeah, it was a nice building. But then you probably joined when we went to Venice Boulevard in Culver City.
The corner building, right?
Yeah.
Corner building. But that was the funny story with me. I got hired on Extreme Ghostbusters, and he said, "Hang on, let me find you a desk." And then he came out and he said, "How do you feel about Jumanji?" And I remember looking up in the window of his office.
Who's he? Well, you keep saying he. Oh yeah, the white silver fox.
The silver tomato, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you know he was a magician at the Magic Castle.
Oh, he totally looks like a magician.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. What do you call a magician that loses his magic? Ian. All right. So anyways, I looked up and there was a big old drawing of a lima bean head of Alan.
Yeah. Rusty, and then you did Jack?
Godzilla actually was before that. It was Godzilla.
Oh,
remember?
yeah, we worked together on Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla was a nightmare for Mike and I.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were both really unhappy on that because we were paired with a director who had been told, I guess before he even got there, that we were problems. And
there's a lot of stuff I could say about
it. Well.
Yeah, but I'm not.
No worries. I mean, I don't hold it. You know, the only one I hold anything against is God rest his soul.
Right.
Because that guy had a weird, everybody I knew who talked to him, was friendly with him, that was friends with him, said he was a great guy. And I was like, well, he's the arch villain in my story, which I'm sure we all are to certain people.
He got hit by a car on this. Did you know that?
Is that how he died?
No, it's not how he died.
I think he died from...
He got whacked. I think he was walking with a cane.
Oh, shit.
After that.
That's crazy. Who was driving that fast?
Yeah, right? I don't know.
You
know what? This might be a rumor, and we might be spending...
Yeah, that's horrible. This is probably all get cut anyway, because we're talking shit about the dead. But, yeah, speaking about, oh no, and then listening to it and hearing it go, oh no, and going, oh, I got to change my drawing completely. With my director on Jumanji that wasn't you, he had roughed out, because I was still cleaning up stuff, and he had roughed out Alan, like, de-aged in this episode. The Robin Williams character de-aged, and he was a little kid with Peter and what's her name? Judy and Peter, yeah. And they'd fallen into a river, and they'd come out, and the line written was, "What are we gonna do?" And so he had roughed out Alan going, "What are we gonna do?" Like that.
I think I remember those drawings even.
I fucking listened to it, right? Because he gives me all this stuff, and it was like always like he was disorganized and would give like... The animatic guys hated him because everybody else, you would come in there with 3 binders, act B, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe it needed 2 binders, but of every act in paper, like the old days. And he would come in with all these papers and everything be out of order. He's like, okay, let's figure this out. And the animatic guys, fuck, man, they hated working with him.
Yeah.
And
the way he's talking is that we used to have to draw it on paper, and then it would be scanned and then put into the computer and then made like into what they call an animatic, where you can watch it sequentially as opposed to just flipping through. So that's what you're talking about.
And then we get a VHS
when you give it to the animatic person.
To watch on a TV, not a computer. But so I'm up at night, I've got a newborn kid basically, and I'm doing all this stuff because he needs it tomorrow. And so I'm doing my job and I'm listening to the tape. And when it gets to, what are we going to do? He says, I can't remember the exact line, but he says, what are we going to do? All defeated. And so I kept the spirit of his drawing. So I still had him go, what are we going to do? And then I realized they had just come out of the water and Alan's got these big old Peter Parker, like swathes of hair that come down, if that's a word. And so I thought, okay, his hair's all wet and in his face. When he does this, it could go back to normal and then he could be back on model for the rest of the scene. So I had him go, what are we going to do? Like that.
Sure.
Next day, I turn it all in. He gets to that scene and he goes, and I hear him go, what the fuck? And then his door opens up and he comes storming over to me. And I remember I was sitting in my cubicle and I got my little bookcase that's kind of like a wall and I got all my action figures and my radio on it. And I was listening to Rollins Band on my headphones. So my director comes in, who's not Andy. He comes around and he says, hey, I need to talk to you. You can come to my office. And I'm like, I'm ready for it. Because I did my job. That's all I know. And I stayed up all night and I got to work early. Sorry, CVS again. I don't want to fucking have to text him. But, and so I go in his office and he says, what's this? And he shows me the scene. And I was like, okay. And I tell him. And he's like, yeah, but that's not what I drew. I said, yeah, it's not what you drew. But I listened to it and I fixed it. And this works better than what you had. And I don't appreciate you giving me such a hard time when you gave me like freaking a stack of drawings to do and get it done by today that you wanted done because you didn't get it done earlier because you can't manage your time. And I basically let him have it. And I freaking walked out of his office. I don't think I slammed the door, but I walked out of his office and I came back and I put my headphones on and I turned the music all the way up. And it was Rollins Band song. He comes around and I go like this and I don't pause it. First of all, he's going, hey, look, Jeff, I want to apologize. I'm sorry. I thought about it. And, and the line is,
you're pathetic and you're weak. You're a fake and you lie. I'd like to crush you like an insect, but I don't want to do the time.
and I just let it play. And I was just looking at him. And so he apologized. And the next day he brought in his Bruce Timm sketchbook that he had photocopied, from somebody else who had, Bruce Timm's sketchbook. They photocopied every page. And he's like, here, Jay, hey, I know you like the Batman animated series. And he was just like, but that was it. It was it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a character.
So it was a dream getting to work with you and for you because you taught me some very important lessons, because like I would look at your roughs, your thumbnails, you thumbnail all these little, panels out. And then I would look at them and I would redraw them big. And then when I gave it back to you, there was this big close up of Alan and he was going, because he was having Jumanji sex off screen. And you said, no, look, see what you need to do is you got to put these in the Xerox machine and blow them up, whatever percentage it was. And then you put them on your light table and trace them, use it as a guide because look what you did here. His mouth is halfway off screen. And I was like, and also I didn't understand storyboards as well as I do now. Where I would add so much fucking detail and the sweat drops all had little shadows and shit. And like, I even had veins and something. And his hair was like all rendered and stupid and pointless. And it was a great, bring back down to reality moment for me that I still, remember.
Going back to those early Jumanji days, I'm remembering when I spent not too long as a cleanup artist, because like I ended up directing the first season. But I was cleanup when we were at the bank building. It was a smaller building in Culver City.
Mm.
Yeah, we were only there a couple months, but I just got there and everyone there was new. Like, there was hardly any veterans there.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I remember I was cleaning up some drawings. So same thing. I'd blow up a rough and get it to size, and then just start drawing it on the light table. And I remember this one guy coming. Oh, man, I wish I could remember his name. He's like looking over my shoulder, you know, because everybody's like, "Oh, is this guy any good? Is this guy any good?" So you're always checking out each other and saying, "Oh my God, I gotta pick it up, or I gotta, I'm good." And he was looking over my shoulder, and he's looking at it. And he goes, "Oh, I see." And I look at him, and he goes, "I get." I'm like, "Well, I don't understand." And he goes, "You're like cheating, you're like copying."
Oh my God, what a piece of shit. Was this an older dude?
No.
No, yeah, because there weren't any older dudes.
And he thought I was cheating by tracing. He thought I was tracing.
Wow, you're using a light table anyway. Like, that's part of the job.
I was like, "No, this is what you're supposed to do, bro." That's
I could break you in half, bro. You just think that.
But that's what a new studio. Anyways, we're going off about Jumanji and working in animation. We have a billion stories. Maybe if you like this, like and subscribe. I'll tell you a lot more of the dirty secrets of animation.
The dirty secrets.
Yeah, because we got tons. That was just like year 1, year 2.
Hollywood Nightly is a Mustache Man Media production.